Alright. Hello. Welcome welcome to this. This is not me speaking in real time. I'm recording this over. Because the thing is, right, you've seen the title, and this is a back 3 back 1.1s that I got today. But uploading 3 mildly decent games in a row actually isn't that entertaining. So I just thought, like, okay, maybe we should record something on top of this, because obviously one of the videos that I remember watching way back when I was getting into this community was Jonas's back 3 back max outs. He was telling some good funny stories, but unfortunately I was just recording the game audio here. But I thought, you know what, I might as well. I am looking at these games, so I guess you can get some live commentary. And generally, I do, even when I do have my mic on while I'm playing, you're not going to hear me speak too much because I'm just so used to complete and utter silence when playing. Like I don't even. I do get upset, but I don't show it. Like you can tell by my facial expression, but yeah, this is back 3 back 1.1s. I know that back to back has been done with DAS, for sure. I know Mark has it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure no one's done back 3 back. This game actually started, so this is okay. Like I'll give you a quick secret. Like 40 lines is when I first start looking at pace. So this is like 200,000. And I think, yeah, 200,000. So like 4 burns up until 40 lines, and I think like, all right, let's see. Next marker is obviously then the halfway point. You know, you want to get probably minimum like 320 at 65 lines, around there. Maybe slightly lower, and then you just have to be efficient, and then you can still get a pretty workable transition. But here you go. This is pretty good start. This is actually, I've been playing PAL for like a week or longer for now, and yeah, it's been a bit of a break from NTSC. But then I switched back today. Just wanted to see if I can get a couple of good scores, and I couldn't get anything. Didn't have any good games, but then couldn't get any games to transition even. But then I had when I got this game going, right here, like I'm looking at 40 lines, 80 lines actually, so double that. And if I was looking at 200,000 at 40 lines, I'm looking at 400,000 at 80 lines, which is looking pretty good right now. And there you go. Those are some Tetrises. But yeah, anyways, I mean, I don't know. I've just decided that I'm gonna add this bit of just myself talking. I have nothing planned. I guess I am looking at these games, but right now there's absolutely nothing to talk about. I mean, this game is just going on. Oh, what can we talk about? I don't know. You can see I have the list of top 5 darts players. That's not an official list, that's just me, which I thought about pretty quickly, but I think I like it because, you know, obviously Phil Taylor won 16, and then next best is 5, right? So you're obviously gonna put Taylor at 1, and it's not like I mean, he did play until he was 50, but he only started when he was like in his 30s, and like, it's not like it's a knock against him to say that he's just been at a super high level for 20 years, more than 20 years. It was he won his first world title in 1990, and then he got to the finals in 2018. So yeah, nearly 30 years, and he won 16 world titles. So basically, like every 2 years, he was winning a world title. So it's not just that it's such a long career; it was just so dense with world championships, you know. So you have to put Taylor 1 just automatically, you know. You can't really. By the way, this is I almost never get 700k transition, so I was kind of going for it, and it ends up fucking me over because I don't really get any close to 1.3. Like here I'm thinking like, okay, if I get like a 650 minimum probably, I mean like yeah, obviously I got 1.34 from a 640 once, but you're not gonna get that every game, are you? But here, yeah, I was going for the last Tetris and then I completely messed it up, and then usually at this point I die, so I quick tap that T piece over. It didn't look like one, it looked like a very, very lethargic one, but I think I do... Okay, yeah, that's a good bar. And there you go, that's a good piece. And then I'll set up for the perfect wall transfer, and then I get the bar pretty quickly, so pretty lucky there. And this is still workable, like, it was still such a good transition that I could burn all of 19, and this is still, you know, as long as I can play pretty efficiently, this is actually on for 1.3. But I don't think these next few levels go too well from what I remember, so I get a Tetris right here. And then you're looking at like 800 minimum, like into 22, like realistically. So I go into with 830. I don't build out the left side, that was actually a horrible move. Really, really, really bad move. It's just that sometimes, you know, when you're going for pace, sometimes you make that mistake of getting tunnel vision. I mean, tunnel vision is a huge problem on its own, but, you know, with, when you're trying to go aggressive, that can, make the problem a lot more prevalent. But there's a good L piece, and I'm alright once again. It was too little time there to adjust for the T piece. Usually I can try to hit that, but, okay, it cost me a couple of burns, but I still get a Tetris. So right now, I don't think... Actually, no, I think 1.3 would still be possible. Maybe if I Tetris out. Yeah, I think if I Tetris out, I get 1.3 into kill screen. But that's not really something you should be going for. But I mean, there you go. I'm going aggressive because it's like, why not? Because it's actually not that good of a pace where even 1.2 is necessarily guaranteed. But, alright, so this is 25. And you think, like, okay, if I want 800 for a max out into 26, then I need a max out into 26 for a 1.2, right? Just, pretty basic math, and there you go. Max out into 26. That works out. That was kind of lucky. This was very lucky. I don't know what I was thinking here. Should have put that left, should have put that L left upright. That was a really terrible move. Okay. I mean, I do have... Yeah, okay, so I do have 4 burns here for a 1.2, and at this point, like, okay, let's just get the 1.2, and then, you know, a 1.2 is still a decent enough score that I am just happy to just get one, even if it's, you know, if I'm gonna forget about it the next day. You know, it's still a nice feeling. But there you go, okay, so one Tetris away. I've got 3 lines in case I need them, but I just get Tetris ready super quick and I get the bar pretty quick, so... no drama, no chance of any drama. Yeah, there's just, not really a great game, but the post was actually pretty terrible. Really, really, really bad. Embarrassing even, but, you know, it's, you can't have a good game every game. The transition was just so good. And, you know, I could have just taken a clean 690, because the thing about transitions, and something that I've really felt, is like, you don't... Okay, how do I say this? Transitioning at, let's say, like 670,000 at 133 lines isn't actually that much better than transitioning at 650 at 130 lines. It's 1 burn the difference. So it's like, well, if you can just make up that burn by just Tetrising on 19, then it's as if you transitioned with the higher score, you know? So, you know, those three lines when you're going for post transitions like 600, like mid 600,000s or whatever, those couple of burns available actually make it a lot more possible. So, you know, don't count that out. Like, a 650 transitioning at 130 lines, and it works with 630, you know, whatever. Yeah, don't count those lines out. Right, so thing is, I think at this point, sorry, let me just take a sip of water. I mean, I could just cut, but like, I'm just gonna do this in one take, doesn't matter. Yeah, so this game right here, I've taken quite a few burns here already, but the thing is, this is a back-to-back, so like, even if it would just be a max-out, you know, like one back-to-back max-out doesn't mean anything to me, but, you know, when you get it, then all of a sudden you get to play for a back-3-back, and if you get that, then you can play for a back-4, so, you know, you might as well play the game out, even if it's, you know, even if it's only going to be a max-out or whatever, preferably, like, you know, at this point I'm actually thinking, let's try to go for back-to-back 1.2. Because, I know Mark got very close to that once. That was really, really good. But I don't think since then anyone's actually gotten, like, back-to-back 1.2s. I think he got, like, a 1.2 and then, like, a B90. Which is basically that, but not the actual thing, you know? And plus, you know, I've actually never back-to-back 1.1 before this. Thing is, I was choking that for a while. So I think for like the last like 2 years, even I want to say, I've been getting attempts like, not like every day, but on a somewhat regular basis actually, where I just get a 1.1 and then the next game is like, because I mean, 1.1 isn't exactly difficult, you know, because you only need like what, like a 550 transition, and then you only need a 550, so like 550, 550, you know. It's there where, you know, maybe not every game, but you're rarely gonna run into a situation where getting that score is impossible, basically. But I mean, this pace is so far actually well above what I need for 1.1. I think, yeah, I am still thinking for 1.2. I'm thinking like, okay, you know, probably minimum 600. I mean, you could do it with less, but like 600, you know, a 600 post, you can still afford like a level or two of burning. When you get to like 650, then you do need quite a bit of cooperation. I don't know what was going on there, but okay, it works out. Man, I just had a very big dinner. And then I had cake as well, because it's actually my birthday. But yeah, had a lot to eat. I am very, very stuffed. Very, very stuffed. I'm actually running out of energy by just talking for like 12 minutes. But yeah, I guess we can talk about the game. I don't know, what can we talk about? DAS. DAS is I think people need to get better at DAS. That's one of the things I've been trying to talk about. Like, I think the players have gotten good enough where we need to shed our old standards. Like, for example, like, we should be trying to get, we shouldn't think of like 1.3s or like mid 600 posts as like one-time things. I think you can really do get those things on a somewhat consistent basis. It's all about, it's all just a lot of ideas in my head. It's a little abstract. There you go. I lose DAS there, but thankfully it works out. But it's basically just the idea of like, you know, smart aggression. Taking chances, because taking chances as if you were gonna assume multiple attempts at any sort of risk right? So if you're in a game, like a match, a competitive match, you're not gonna go for those risks because this one game matters. But if you're playing a session of like multiple games, you know, why wouldn't you start taking more risks at that point? Because you have more attempts at any sort of probability, you know. And some of these, some gambles are definitely worth taking, depending on how often they do actually play out and what kind of a benefit they can give. Now, that's not any concrete like stacking theory or anything. It's just more of like a mentality thing. But I mean, you can see it. Like for example, look at Hana's recent 1.2 that they got. Like that was a really good game. Just super good DAS on post transition. Got a 670, no, 667 I think. And that was like the highest score by anybody, you know, except for me. But you know, it was a really good game. I think you should watch it if you're listening to this. You should definitely watch it if you want to see some good tests. That was very lucky, by the way. What just happened? But I want to say that was almost a conscious decision. Like I was thinking, like with partial dash charge, I would get it there, and I could still pull off a tuck. But right, okay. So here the 1.2 is still somewhat alive. I'm not really thinking about it, but I've just like Tetrised out for quite a bit here. But this is not a good board. This is a really bad board. Not a good S piece, but I get bailed by these L pieces, and I get that lawnmower over. So yeah, that was a huge bailout. Wouldn't have even, yeah, because this is easy 1.1 pace, but you know, I think I just let myself get too carried away by all those Tetrises, and then it's like the hot hand thing in basketball. When you hit so many shots in a row, you start to kind of think like, okay, the next one's definitely gonna go in. But yeah, at this point, like, I need a kill screen Tetris, and I'm just, you know, I just don't see it, because, like, when you have no lines to burn, you have to pray that somehow you Tetris, and then somewhere except for the right side, row 0 is completely empty, and you can try and switch the well without taking any burns, but that's just not going to happen. So I took some burns, just try to make sure I got the 1.1, because this was the first back-to-back 1.1 I've ever gotten. Yeah, this was you know, I don't think my most difficult accomplishment, but it's one that's eluded me for quite a while. Like I was fucking that up quite a lot. You can see, like I was watching a series and watching it like from the corner of my eye, so I wasn't actually focusing on the games too much. Maybe that did help me. You can see I took like almost no breaks between the games. Like I was just go. And then like, yeah, okay, it's not really a spoiler. Like I do get 1.1 in this game as well, but then the fourth game, I have a really bad game, because after 3 games, you know, I'm thinking like, okay, let's take a break, let's have a sip of water, you know, just you know. And then after that break, I just tried to play the fourth game, and it was yeah, it wasn't too pretty. It was a dud. I think I transitioned with like 400k, and then I was like, okay, I mean, I guess I could still go for the max, but it was gonna require at least a pretty decent post, and I think I died like pretty early into post. But yeah, at this point I'm thinking, I am definitely thinking back 3 back. This isn't the best start. I was really hoping for a J piece, and then it never. But then I get kind of bailed, so I let my board fall apart because of holding out too long. But then those dependencies that got built because of me holding out do get filled out, so in the end it is lucky. So you can never, I mean, can never be entitled in thinking that you're owed any sort of piece. Like, it's the RNG, man. Like, you get 1 out of 7 pieces, like, basically. There's another Tetris. What's been happening in the world of Tetris? I mean, C-Tech just finished, and that was seems to have been a much improved tournament. Like I I admit I didn't actually watch that much. I was doing something else during the weekend, but from like the very little I saw, it looked good. Like it looked like a good viewing experience. Like you've got the crowd cam back, you know, that was nice. And from all the testimony I've gathered from people who went there, everybody seems to have had a good time. So, you know, good news there. Hopefully, you know, it's understandable after 3 disasters. Maybe somebody is gonna have second thoughts about going for a fourth. Well, I mean, going for a second time in a row, like in real life. But I think after this year, for me, for example, like I think I'll feel pretty comfortable with booking my tickets to Copenhagen next year. You know, I'm confident that, you know, after seeing this year, it'll be a worthwhile trip. And you know, nowadays you don't really go for the events for the Tetris. You go for the people. You know, go to have a good time. And certainly the people who went to Copenhagen, from what I've seen, seem to have a wonderful time over there. But yeah, Tega winning, and then Schnecke won the DAS bracket. So I think he even played Tega in the finals for that as well. So I think it was Tega and Schnecke, just, which is, you know, when you looked at the players who were going, I think that was the expected outcome. Like those two are elite level players. Yeah, but okay, so this game, I think I had a bit of a shaky start, but right now I'm thinking, because like, okay, I'm only going for 1.1. I'm not going for 1.2 anymore, so I'm just thinking like, okay, probably 550 transition 1.1 is pretty good, and then anything extra just makes your work a lot easier for post. And I can still get a 590 from this point. I think I do end up losing a couple Tetris here, still on 18, so okay, not getting a bar. But yeah, there's one Tetris lost. That was a kind of a gamble. I mean, the other options weren't too great considering how many burns I had left before 19. But yeah, I'm just glad that worked out. So okay, 582 transition is actually more than enough to get 1.1 without having to go super crazy on post or anything. So just took the time to clean the board up, clean Tetris right there. And yeah, that's always satisfying. T-piece. I think that was a quick tap, I'm not sure. When I'm actually playing the game, I'll know exactly when I need a quick tap and when I need full DAS and all of that, but when I'm just like watching, I sometimes forget. 1 second. Okay, with the power of seamless editing, that seemed like nothing, but I've just been disturbed while I was recording this in one take. But yeah, there you go. 722 into 22. Yeah, this is more than enough for 1.1. I don't think I was even looking at the score at this point. I was just playing post, really. Playing 19. And then, yeah, but I think here I saw the score and I realized, like, okay, I can afford a couple of burns. But then I put the lump for column 9, but then I just immediately get another one, so it's okay. Not too many bars, I'm just realizing now, but it's not really felt like too many droughts. Feels like it's been pretty decent timing in this game. And yeah, look at that, good LPs. Single to get Tetris ready. And you get a square over to the left side, and the left side is nice. This is not the best, but good T-piece. Good second T-piece as well. think that was too high up to make that adjustment for the L or J, I forget which one it was. But yeah, either way, so here I'm... actually 1.2 is still possible, I'm just realizing now. All 3 games were 1.2 possible up until 26, but yeah. I think from here I would have 1 burn, which I just took right there, to get 1.2, but I don't think I care. So yeah, I could have gotten Tetris ready with that, but I was just like, nah, man. I only need 3 Tetrises for a back 3 back, and I'd be pretty happy with that. And there you go. Another Tetris. And I'm actually quite nervous at this point, so look at that. Like, that was pure nerves. I was pretty nervous for this. But I got the Tetris there, and now I just don't care, because there's no chance of getting a 1.2. I've gotten the 1.1. I'm just doing whatever. I think I literally thought I was Tetris ready, but it doesn't matter. But there you go, back 1.1. An accomplishment I'm very happy with. So I don't know. I hope you enjoyed me waffling on for 30 minutes while you watch these games. I mean, they were decent games. They weren't actually that good. In fact, they were actually pretty bad. But you know, 3 consecutive 1.1s. I can't lie. I was pretty happy with that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.